Namaste. Namaskara everyone. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Mahagणपतये Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Sarvalokanam Bhijaye Pavaroginaam निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कवित्तजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम्। अगजाननपद्मार्कं गजाननमहर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानां एकदन्तम् उपास्महे। शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं। मेघश्यामं पीतकौशेयवासं श्रीवत्साङ्गं कौस्तुभोद्भासिताङ्गं पुण्योपेतं पुण्डरीकायदाक्षं विष्णुं वन्दे सर्वलोकैकनाथम्. Okay, let's start. Few more shlokas. Let's look at few more shlokas this week. So I think we looked at this one last time. Okay, let's start with Navanaga shloka. That means 9 naga serpents shloka. So this is about serpents, snakes, 9 serpents here. Anantaṃ vāsukiṃ śeṣaṃ padmanābhaṃ kambhalam शङ्खपालं धृतराष्ट्रं तक्षकं कलिं तथा एतानि नवनामानि नागानां च महात्मनः। सायङ्काले पठेन् नित्यं प्रातःकाले विशेषतः तस्य विशाभ्यां नास्ति सर्वत्र विजयी भवेत्। अनन्तं वासुकिं शेषं पद्मनाभं च कम्बलं शङ्खपालं धार्तराष्ट्रं तक्षकं कलिं तथा एतानि नवनामानि नागानां च महात्मनः। सायङ्काले पठे नित्यं प्रातःकाले विशेषतः तस्य विशाभ्यां नास्ति सर्वत्र विजयी भवेत्. So here 9 serpents, snakes names here. All these snakes are born of Kadru, who is daughter of Daksha and married to Kashyapa. So Kadru is the mother of all the snakes. And Mahabharata Adi Parva talks a lot about a story about Garuda, born of Vinata. Kadru, Vinatal. These are Kashyap's wives, Daksha's daughters. 13 of them married Kashyapa. So out of Kadru, thousands of snakes born, and she cursed them to be burnt alive because they did not listen to her words. She wanted to trick Vinata, and then they did not listen, so she cursed them, and Brahma said, Tathastu, let it be. So some listened, some did not listen. Those who did not listen got burnt in Janamejaya when the king Janamejaya did Sarpasatra. That means a snake sacrifice. He did snake sacrifice yajna. In that, all of them got burnt and died, killed, and their families, everything got. So there are a few survived, and there some of them, the main important ones are in this shloka. Anantaṃ, Ananta is the snake on which Vishnu is sleeping on him. Sorry, śeṣaṃ. Vāsukiṃ is the king of snakes. He is the one who used as a rope when Samudra Mantana took place. śeṣaṃ, on śeṣaṃ was Vishnu's sleep, Padmanabha, Kambala, Shankapala, Dhartarashtra, Dhritarashtra, same name, Takshaka, Kali. So these are the 9 names of Nagas. And then Pate Nityam, Sayankale, Pate Nityam, Pratakale, Visheshada. So remembering them in Sayankala evening, and also morning is Visheshada. So special, remembering them is sacred. Tasya Vishabhyam Nasti. All the evils will go away. Sarvatra Vijayi Bhavet. All the things will be victorious. So Vijayi means victorious. Sarvatra, everywhere you will see the victory. Remembering them. So again, Takshaka, there is a lot, you'll hear a lot about him in Mahabharata, again in Adi Parva, when Rishi Utanka, he went to do his Guru Dakshina. Takshaka came and stole his ring, and then he actually went to Janamejaya and told about his father's killing of his fathers by Takshaka. And then Takshaka again comes in the story of Arjuna as well. In Mahabharata, he goes and hides in Karna's as an arrow, and then he tries to kill, but again Krishna saves him. Krishna saves Arjuna. So Takshaka repeatedly comes in Mahabharata. Anantaṃ vāsukiṃ śeṣaṃ padmanābhaṃ cha kambalam shankhapalam dhartarashtraṃ takshakam kalayam tadha etani navanamani nāgānaṃ ca mahatmana sayankale pate nityam prathakale visheshata tasya vishabhyam nasti sarvatra vijayi bhavet.
Is it Vishabhyam or Vishabhayam? Because in Devanagari it is
sorry,
Vishabhayam.
Sorry, Vishabhayam.
Vishabhayam is correct.
Vishabhayam.
Okay.
Apologies.
Thank you.
Vishabhayam is correct. Sorry. Vishabhayam is Visha is poison, so Bhayam is scare because of that. So we don't have the scares. Again, Naga, if you have snakes, scared of snakes, which normally we don't hear snakes in these times, but in the olden days, if someone is scared of Naga, we just think about Astika. Astika is the one who saved all the snakes from the fire of Janamejaya's yajna. He's the one who stopped that snake sacrifice. So Vāsukiṃ promises him that anyone remembers Astika, the snakes must stop harming them. And if snake continues to harm the people, then that snake can be killed and destroyed into thousands of pieces. So that's what Vāsukiṃ promises. So Okay, let's move on. The next one is next one about remembering the names again, starting with ha sound. Okay, hariṃ, haraṃ, hariścandraṃ, hanumantam, halayudam, etān samsmarataha prāta hāniṃ sparshana vidyate. Hariṃ, haraṃ, hariścandraṃ, hanumantam, halayudam. So Hari, Vishnu, Hara, Shiva, Hariścandra, Hanuman, Halayuda is Balarama. So remembering them and morning when getting up, Hani Sparshana Vidyate. So no harm will touch us. So remembering them, Hari, Hara, Hariścandra. Again, remembering Hari, Hara, Vishnu, Shiva, Hariścandra, Hanuman, Halayuda. So this is another shloka. Hariṃ, haraṃ, hariścandraṃ, hanumantam, halayudam, etān samsmarataha prāta hānihi sparshana vidyate. Next one again, similar one. It's again remembering about chanting about some of the sacred people we come here in our histories. puṇyaśloko nalo rājā, puṇyaśloko yudhishthirah, puṇyaśloka ca vaidehi, puṇyaśloko janardana. puṇyaśloko nalo rājā, puṇyaśloko yudhishthirah, puṇyaśloka ca vaidehi, puṇyaśloko janardana. Punya is sacred. Shloka is reciting their names, remembering them. Nalo Rājā, Nala Rājā, remembering him. Yudhishthira, Vaidehi, Sita, and then Janardana is Vishnu. So remembering them again is sacred. That's what this is about. puṇyaśloko nalo rājā, puṇyaśloka ca vai. puṇyaśloko nalo rājā, puṇyaśloko yudhishthirah, puṇyaśloka ca vaidehi, puṇyaśloko janardana. Next one, let's try this one. This is about Ashwatha Vraksha. I don't know what it's called in different languages, but I think most of people probably will know Ashwatha. So sacred tree. So this is again, it's Ashwatha is again Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Rupa. So pradakshina to the Ashwatha Vraksha means you are doing pradakshina to all three murtis. Here this shloka again says the same thing. Mūlato brahmarūpāya, madhyato vishnurūpine, agratah shivarūpāya, vrukṣarājāyate namaha. Mūlato brahmarūpāya, madhyato vishnurūpine, agratah shivarūpāya, vrukṣarājāyate namaha. So mūlato at its roots he is Brahmarūpa, Brahma. He is Brahma's form. Madhyato Vishnurūpine. Madhya at his middle is Vishnu and Agrata Shiva. So at the top is at the extreme he is the Shiva Rupa. So Vrukṣarājāya te namaha. Vrukṣaraja, that means he is the king of the trees. Namaha to Ashwatha tree. Mūlato brahmarūpāya, madhyato Vishnurupine Agradah Shivarūpāya Vriksharājāya te namaha. Let's do there are two more. Let's finish this section. There is one more on this. So it's again remembering shloka about kapilaṃ kāmadhenuṃ ca dhenum ca kalpavrakṣam kalpavrakṣāణim tatha samudrasahitam lakshmi kuberancho śeṣaṃ kapilaṃ kāmadhenuṃ ca kalpavraksha I think I'm just thinking kalpavraksha kaustubamani, yes, kalpavraksha tatha samudra sahitam lakshmi kuberancho śeṣaṃ. So Kapila is again the cows. These cows are born of Surabhi. Surabhi is Daksha's daughter, married to Kashyapa. All the cows generation born out of Surabhi. So Surabhi's daughters are Kapila cows, and then Kāmadhenuṃ, another cow. That's different stories tell different, but some narrate Kāmadhenuṃ as same as Surabhi. Some say Kāmadhenuṃ is born during Samudra Mantana, Kshiṛasagara, churning of Milky Ocean. During that time, she came, but she is again Kāmadhenuṃ is another cow. Kalpavraksha is coconut tree. Mani, that's Kaustuba Mani, and then Samudra Sahitam Lakshmi. So with the ocean, the Kshiṛasagara, the Milky Ocean, and the daughter of that, the born of that Lakshmi, Kubera, Shashi is Chandra, moon, Smaret. So remembering when we meditate on them. Kapilaṃ kāmadhenuṃ ca kalpavrakṣam manim tatha samudrasahitam lakshmi kuberancho śeṣaṃ. The last one for now in this section is again remembering, or this is about sadhus, yogis. One of the things in Vedic Dharma is worshipping sadhus and worshipping guests. Anybody who is on Tirtha Yatra, for example, supporting them, feeding them, giving shelter to them who is on Tirtha Yatra, all these things are equal to going to Tirtha Yatra. They will give you the same punya as going to those Tirtha Yatra places. So here again, this shloka is about sadhus, yogis who are sacred, holy people. So sādhūnāṃ darśanaṃ puṇyaṃ tirtha bhūta hi sādhavah kālena phalate tirtha sadhya sadhu samāgamah. Sādhūnāṃ darśanaṃ puṇyaṃ tirtha bhūta hi sādhavah kālena phalate tirtha sadhya sadhu samāgamah. So again, seeing the sadhus is punya, virtuous, that's sacred. Sadhus, they are tirtha bhutahi sadhavah. So they are the tirtha, holy waters. So because they have gone to so many places, they are the holy waters. And kālena phalate tirtha sadhya sadhu samāgamah. So again, association with them will give us the samāgamah. Association with them will give the same fruit as visiting all those Palate Tirtha, visiting all those Tirtha Kshetras will give the spending time with them and looking after them gives the same punya as Tirtha Kshetra, visiting Tirtha Kshetras. Sādhūnāṃ darśanaṃ puṇyaṃ tirtha bhūtāhi sādhavah kālena palade tirtha sadhya sadhu samāgamah. And I rushed a little bit today, I think, but I'll send the recording. If any questions, please message me. I'm happy to repeat again next class or give it. Let's look at one more Vishnu shloka for today, and then we'll cover something else. So this one again, easy one. Namāmi nārāyaṇa pāda pankajaṃ karomi nārāyaṇa pujanam sada vadāmi nārāyaṇa nama nirmalam smarami nārāyaṇa tattvamavyayam namāmi nārāyaṇa pāda pankajaṃ karomi nārāyaṇa pujanam sada vadāmi nārāyaṇa nama nirmalam smarami nārāyaṇa tattvamavyayam. So namāmi nārāyaṇa. So namāmi to Nārāyaṇa, pāda pankajaṃ. Pāda pankajaṃ is lotus feet. Karomi nārāyaṇa pujanam sada. So I will always worship pujanam to Nārāyaṇa. So I will do worship to Nārāyaṇa always. Vadāmi nārāyaṇa nama nirmalam. So pure names of Nārāyaṇa, I will always chant, recite his names. Smarami nārāyaṇa tattvamavyayam. So again, so smarami, I will remember the Nārāyaṇa nama, Nārāyaṇa tattva, that means Nārāyaṇa stories and everything. Avyayam, that's all. I will remember all that. Smarami nārāyaṇa tattvamavyayam. I will remember Nārāyaṇa's tattva always. Namāmi nārāyaṇa pāda pankajaṃ karomi nārāyaṇa pujanam sada vadāmi nārāyaṇa nama nirmalam smarami nārāyaṇa tattvamavyayam. Start one more. So again, this one again, easy one. Everyone probably knows, heard about this one. This is again Rāma shloka. This is said by Lord Shiva to Parvati. It comes in, it's normally this is said in Vishnu Sahasranama, towards the end of Vishnu Sahasranama and Palashruti. We chant about this shloka, but this comes in Padma Purana. The story is in Padma Purana. Suta Mahamuni explaining to Shonaka and everybody in Naimisharanya. And then Narada, he talks about Narada going to Brahma and asking about Vishnu's 1,000 names. And Brahma says, I know, but you go and ask Rudra about this. And then Narada goes to Rudra, Shiva, and then asks about Narayana, 1,000 names, Vishnu's 1,000 names. And then Shiva there narrates a story of his discussion with Parvati, where Parvati is asking him about why Shiva is like this, why he's wearing vibhuti and he's like that, and with all his hair, matted hair and everything else. So she asks about, and then Shiva explains all his why he's like that, and also he explains who is supreme. And at that time he gives her the secret Vishnu Sahasranama. The reason it is called secret is because this is that chanting that clears all the sins, and it's takes us towards moksha. So those mantras are secret. So he chants that, he gives that 1008 names to Parvati, and Parvati then remembers all that, and then she also praises Vishnu and then says, if I can't do all this 1008 names every day, what can I do? Then Shiva at that time says, Sri Rama Rama rāmēti rame rame manorame sahasranama tattulyam rāmanāma varanane. Shri Rama Rama rāmēti rame rame manorame sahasranama tattulyam rāmanāma varanane. So if you can't do 1008 names of Vishnu Sahasranama, chant Rama 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 3 times. So Rama Rama Rama, that's equivalent to Sahasranama Tattulyam. So that's same as chanting Vishnu Sahasranama. So again, devotion is important here. Chanting Vishnu Sahasranama without devotion, 1008 names, chanting 3 times Rama Rama, it's with the devotion. With devotion is important. So with the devotion, if we chant Rama 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 3 times, then that's equivalent to, that's what Shiva says to Parvati. So Sri Rama Rama rāmēti rame rame manorame sahasranama tattulyam rāmanāma varanane. Next one is also very important shloka in Rama shloka. Rāmāya Rāma bhadrāya Rāmachandraya vedase Raghunāthāya Nāthāya Sītāya padaye namaha. Rāmāya Rāma bhadraya Rāmachandraya vedase Raghunāthāya Nāthāya Sītāya padaye namaha. So here, again, Rama's name, Rama, Ramabhadra, Ramachandra, Vedase, Raghunatha, Natha, Sitapati, Namaha. So again, but the another meaning for this is Rāmāya. So Rama. So Rama's different names here. So who calls Rama him? Who is calling him as Rama? So like Vishwamitra, Vasishta, all these Brahmarshis, his gurus, they are calling Rama, okay, because they are elders to him, both in knowledge and age, and they call him Rama. And then Ramabhadra, who calls him Ramabhadra? Dasharatha calls him Ramabhadra. Okay, Rama, who is most virtuous, most gentle, lovely. So that's what Dasharatha calls him, Ramabhadra. And Kausalya calls him Ramachandra. Is because his face is like Chandra moon. Okay, he's so calm and pleasing. So that's why she calls him Ramachandra. And then all the other rishis and everybody calls him Vedase. Vedase means from whom the Vedas have originated. Okay, he is the source of all the Vedas. So Vedase, they call him Vedase. And then all the subjects of Ayodhya, the people of Ayodhya, call him Raghunatha, the Lord. Raghuvamsha is the Rama from Raghuvamsha. Natha is the Lord. So Raghunatha, they call him Raghunatha. And Sita calls him Natha. That means my Lord. Okay. So Sita calls him Lord, my Lord. And then the other people of Mithila call him Sitapati, Sita's husband. Okay. So this shloka, one shloka covers so many people here. So the gurus, Rama's gurus, how they call him, how his father, mother calls him, how his wife calls, people call him, and the other people who know him, all the Brahmins and Rishis call him, and the people of Mithila, Ayodhya, all of them call him. So Rāmāya, Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya Vedase, Raghunāthāya, Nāthāya, Sītāya padaye namaha. So that's another Rama shloka. We might take a pause here. Let me just recap. I think we got another nearly half an hour. Okay, let's take a quick short pause here on the shlokas. Last few weeks I'm talking about rebirth and karma. So I said that all along that the ultimate is moksha. So our life's objective ultimate is moksha, that is no more rebirth. So what is moksha here again? Krishna, for example, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Avyaktokshara ityukta samaho paramangatim ya prapyana nivartante taddama paramam mama. So that means that is my supreme Adam. One who comes to there, they never return. Okay, so that's the place we should be aiming for. That's what it is. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalaya shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gati. So again, so this temporary word, you should never return. This is dukkhalaya. So this is full of miseries and never return to this. So what we should aim is highest perfection, which is paramam gata. So that means the highest perfection, that is his place. Paramam mama taddama paramam mama. So that means his supreme Adam. So that's where we should be looking at. Again, he says tadapadam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatan na nivartanti bhuya tameva chadyam purusham prapadhye yata pravrittihi prasruta purani. So again, one must seek the place where there is no return. Having gone, there is no return, and one must surrender to the supreme personality, that is him, Nārāyaṇa, and whom everything began and everything extended from him. And since the time he is immortal and he's never, there is no beginning or end for him, and we should aim to reach him. In many Upanishads and Vedas, the Mahakavyas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, all this talk about moksha as the ultimate thing. So, for example, Chandrika Upanishad again says that he who takes his senses under control and never creates pain to any other creatures, he who behaves like that reaches the ultimate Brahma, and there is no return after that. So that's again moksha path. In Mahabharata, for example, Kapilaṃ explains, Bhishma explaining to Yudhishthira story, a discussion of Kapilaṃ, a discourse of Kapilaṃ, where he again says, first thing is to renounce everything. So detach ourselves from everything, and that's brings us the knowledge, and then the knowledge is the source that takes us to the moksha path. So the moksha path, again, there are different ways: bhakti marga, karma marga, jnana marga, and most places again it says bhakti marga, karma marga. All this ultimately you need that knowledge, jnana, which gives us to renounce, which takes us to renounce everything. That means we are not attached to anything. The karma, whatever we do, we are not attached to it. The results, we are not attached. And the way we live, like for example, with that knowledge, we will have kindness, forgiveness, tranquility in our mind, compassion, truthfulness, honesty, ahimsa, that means abstain from injuring, and then abstaining from pride, modesty, renunciation, and then abstaining from expectation of fruits from the things we do from our karma. All this comes from knowledge, attaining the jnana, and then the acts, the karma become, whatever we do, that becomes the path that will lead to Brahma. So that means Supreme Brahma, Nārāyaṇa, it will lead to that path. So that moksha once one attains, he never returns. So even after kalpa, when every creation starts all over again, that Atma resides with Nārāyaṇa. That's what the Vedas and Upanishads and Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these say. So again, once again, moksha, attaining moksha is even difficult for almost everybody. Even the names we hear in our stories, Ramayana, Mahabharata, everywhere, it's very difficult to attain moksha. That requires that knowledge. At least what we can do is we can try to be in that path, try to gain knowledge as much as possible, and then be kind, be forgiving people, truth in our life, honesty. Again, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma is the duties we do. Artha is the wealth. Again, wealth accumulation should be focused on sacrifice, charity. That's the ultimate aim. Kama, again, desire. Kama is, again, all this has 2-3 meanings. Okay, so dharma means duties, it means virtue, it means religion. Okay, artha, again, kama is again some translated as lust, but the dharma, artha, kama here is kama means desire. So all our desires, whatever is to attain that moksha. That's our desire, should be our desire. That then takes us to last week I talked about rebirth in higher level. If we do good things, then rebirth in higher birth in the next birth, and then that higher birth will hopefully will help us gain that knowledge. Maybe if I do something good, maybe I'll get a birth in somebody who knows a lot about, and in a family where I get to know more and more about this. I will have opportunity more and more to learn about, gain this knowledge. That's the ultimate thing. So it may take few births, but as long as we keep trying, we keep everything, dedicating everything to Nārāyaṇa, that is the path to moksha. Again, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, offer everything to me, sarvadharman parityajya mami sharanam vraja. So offer everything to me, and then don't worry about anything. So this again, I think last week I briefly touched on this. So there is bit of misunderstanding, I think, on this shloka, because people think that you can do whatever you want to do as long as you offer it to Nārāyaṇa. The duties are very clear what one needs to do, depending on, again, where your birth is, what you are doing, what stage in your life you are in. Duties are very clear in our Vedas, and that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that all those duties you do not anticipate results of it. Offer everything to me. It doesn't mean that you can do any duties, anything else which is not your duty. Again, Krishna again says, for example, in the last week, śeṣaṃ sadharmo vigna paradharma anushtita sadharme nidam śreya paradharma bhayava. So again, doing our dharma is important. So that's the ultimate path to moksha. So I think we're nearly time. Let's quickly do Achyutaya Namah, Anantaya Namah, Govindaya Namah, Achyutaya Namah, Anantaya Namah, Govindaya Namah, Achyutaya Namah, Anantaya Namah, Govindaya Namah, Nārāyaṇaya Namah. See everyone next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
धन्यवाद.